those rights already in the Constitution. That's just baloney, more bullshit thrown at your way. And they don't provide for punishment for the IRS if they violate those taxpayers' Bill of Rights. You've been conned once again, just like the NRA. Join the NRA, folks, you have registered your guns. And don't tell me the stuff about the membership list in the safe and the government can't get it. They've already got it. They've already got it. When are you people going to wake up? Sometimes I think I'm wasting my time by doing what I do. But I have to do what I do because I can't save my own freedom without your help. So, I have to. I can't save my children without your help, so I have to do what I do. You guys can order a copy of a letter from Senator Daniel Inouye's office stating this, quote, based on information provided by the Congressional Research Service, there is no law that specifically and unequivocally requires anyone to pay taxes, unquote. You can order that from the Pilot Connection for $1. For $1, folks. No law that specifically and unequivocally requires anyone to pay taxes. That's true. I've already checked. So with the law overwhelmingly in favor of the employee in the matter, it would behoove you as an employer to look into this matter thoroughly before you take the side of the IRS in any situation. It would behoove you to learn what the law really says and not what the IRS tells you. Remember, what's sauce for the goose is also sauce for the gander, and you can relieve yourself from having to deal with the IRS as easily as your employee by contacting the Pilot Connection. With our federal government running wild and actually being 100% of the cause of the problems in this country, and with the IRS stealing money by the billions from the American people and thus causing severe recession in this country and then turning around and giving this money to foreign countries to destroy this country, you as the American businessman have a vast responsibility to help us stop this fraud before you and all the rest of us lose everything that we hold dear. You should all be taping this broadcast, and you should make many, many copies and send them out to everybody and tell them to make copies and send them out to everybody. Let's make the American dream come true. Let's make the Pilot Connection rich and thus make ourselves rich in the process. Right to the Pilot Connection, 6333 Pacific Avenue, Suite 334, Stockton, California, 95207. That's the Pilot Connection, 6333 Pacific Avenue, Suite 334, Stockton, California, 95207. The telephone number is area code 209-957-5493. It's area code 209-957-5493. Send a copy of this tape to Chuck Harder and Tom Valentine. Tell them to go to one of the Pilot Connection seminars and learn the truth and quit giving you wrong information when they don't even know what they're talking about. You see, they've done no research into the matter. They just come off the top of their head. Don't you guys try this. You're going to jail. Popes of Pablum. Popes of Pablum. Listen to everybody. Read everything. Believe nothing until you verify. Ye shall know the truth, and the truth shall make you free. And that's the only thing that will make you free. You can no longer listen to anyone and believe what they say. You can no longer read anything and believe what you read. Because the deception in the world today, in order to bring about a one-world government, is so deep, folks, you have no literal conception until you dive into the pool with me and find out how deep it really is. And I haven't touched the bottom yet. Not yet. You might want to ask yourself that after I ran several shows stating that if you join the NRA, you've registered your guns, why all of a sudden, on Radio Free America, do these NRA commercials appear? And why did they destroy the chances of passing the Second Amendment in California, ensuring the right of the people to keep and bear arms. Look into the date when they were created and find out if it was anywhere near the time that the UN treaty was signed and the Disarmament Agency was created. I think the results will amaze you. Also look into the origins of the Liberty Lobby and get a copy of the Spotlight and read it, folks. You'll find it's one of the most racist, anti-Semitic, anti-black pieces of literature in existence. And that's one of the ways they divide and conquer us. They get us to fight amongst ourselves. And while we're busy destroying ourselves, they're creeping around in the background, enslaving us all. Enslaving us all. Don't fall into the trap, folks. You should subscribe to the Spotlight and read it. But you should believe nothing that you read until you can verify it. And I would be very careful, if I were you, about joining any organizations unless it's a free organization that does not dictate to you, does not require you to believe in any certain manner, such as CAGI, the Citizens Agency for Joint Intelligence. It's merely an intelligence organization that gathers information for the benefit of all of us. That's all it is. We do not espouse any political viewpoint. We do not require our members to take any oaths. We do not require anything from our members except that they devote some of their time to obtaining information so that we can all benefit from that information and keep ourselves free. If you'd like to join CAGI, send $45 to me. Make your check out to me, William Cooper. Send it to P.O. Box 3299, Camp Verde, Arizona, 86322. It's $45. Post Office Box 3299, Camp Verde, Arizona, 86322. You get a lot of benefits. A lot of benefits. If you'd like to call Stan, or just write us a letter at that address and ask for a packet of information, we'll be happy to send it to you. Or you can call Stan and talk to him on the phone. Stan's a great guy. You'll really like him. His number is 602-567-6109. That's 602-567-6109. Stan's my right-hand man, and you won't find a better man anywhere on the face of this earth than Stan Barrington. So give him a call and talk to him. Now, for those of you who contemplate talking to attorneys or hiring attorneys to represent you, let me read you a few other things here. This is from Corpus Juris Secundum, a complete restatement of the entire American law as developed by all reported cases, in other words, precedent. This is the 1980 edition, reading right from it, by Arnold O. Gannow, Editor-in-Chief, and George Gordon, Managing Editor, assisted by the editorial staff of West Publishing Company. And this is from Volume 7, Attorney and Client. Attorney and Client. Here's what it says. With an obligation to the courts and to the public no less significant than his obligation to his clients, thus an attorney occupies a dual position which imposes dual obligations. His first duty is to the courts and the public, not to the client. And whenever the duties to his client conflict with those he owes as an officer of the court in the administration of justice, the former must yield to the latter. The office of attorney is indispensable to the administration of justice. Sure it is, if you're the state. Now listen to this. A client is one who applies to a lawyer or counselor for advice and direction in a question of law, or commits his cause to his management in prosecuting a claim or defending against a suit in a court of justice. One who retains the attorney is responsible to him for his fees, and to whom the attorney is responsible for the management of the suit. One who communicates facts to an attorney expecting professional advice. Clients are also called wards of the court in regard to the relationship with their attorneys. Now listen to this, folks. Wards of court, infants, and persons of unsound mind. You see, if you hire an attorney, you have declared yourself legally incompetent and you become a ward of the court. This country was originally set up under the common law, and the common law states that only you can represent yourself and protect your rights. So, also, now, listen to this, folks. In the CJS, 1785, it plainly states, and I'm reading right from it, the United States government is a foreign corporation with respect to a state. Are you getting that? I just love this. I just love this. Non-citizens. This is 242 is the number of the law. Persons in the state, not its citizens, are either citizens of other states or aliens. Are either citizens of other states or aliens. Isn't this interesting? You know, it's funny what you can decide when you start using your own brain and stop listening to other idiots. It is absolutely amazing. Okay, folks, I'm reading directly from the 39th Congress, Session 1, Chapter 31, 1866. Chapter 31, an act to protect all persons in the United States and their civil rights and furnish the means of their vindication. Be it enacted by the Senate and House of Representatives of the United States of America in Congress assembled, that all persons born in the United States and not subject to any foreign power, excluding Indians, not taxed, are hereby declared to be citizens of the United States, and such citizens of every race and color, without regard to any previous condition of slavery or involuntary servitude, except as a punishment for crime, whereof the party shall have been duly convicted, shall have the same right in every state and territory in the United States to make and enforce contracts, to sue, be parties and give evidence, to inherit, purchase, lease, sell, hold, and convey real and personal property, and to full and equal benefits of all laws and proceedings for the security of person and property, as is enjoyed by white citizens, and shall be subject to like punishment, pains, and penalties, and to none other, any law, statute, ordinance, regulation, or custom to the contrary notwithstanding. I hope you understand what I just read. Okay, and it goes on and on and on and on and on. But this is important too. And be it further enacted, this is in section 2, that any person who under color of any law, statute, ordinance, regulation, or custom shall subject or cause to be subjected any inhabitant of any state or territory to the deprivation of any right secured or protected by this act, or to different punishment, pains, or penalties on account of such person having at any time been held in a condition of slavery or involuntary servitude, except as a punishment for crime, whereof the party shall have been duly convicted, or by reason of his color or race, than is prescribed for the punishment of white persons, shall be deemed guilty of a misdemeanor, and on conviction shall be punished by fine not exceeding $1,000, or imprisonment not exceeding 1 year, or both, in the discretion of the court. And anyone who acts under color of law to take away your constitutional rights or any right that you have, you can sue them under that law and collect, and they stand a chance of going to jail. Now, listen to this. Upon introducing the provisions which eventually became 18 United States Code 242, its sponsor, Senator Stewart, explicitly stated that the bill protected all persons. He noted that the bill simply extends to foreigners, not citizens, the protection of our laws. He added, this bill extends the equal protection of the laws to aliens, so that all persons who are in the United States shall have the equal protection of our laws. It extends the operations of the Civil Rights Bill to all persons within the jurisdiction of the United States. Now, powers remaining to the states. Listen to this. Okay.